Hi there! So this is the second and last part in this series about stamping, and in this video I want to tell you about stamping plates and stamping in general. So stamping plates, there are lots of different ones out there, different shapes and sizes, and of course with different quality. Some plates are etched really well and some are etched not so well. So it really is trial and error and finding the stamping plates that work well. And of course the ones that are more budget friendly. As well as different qualities, stamping plates come in different price ranges. Some are on the cheaper side, some are more expensive, but when it comes to a good quality stamping plate, I think they're worth the money. I personally really like Lina Nail Art Supplies stamping plates. They are the bigger ones and a bit more expensive ones, but they are really good quality. There are lots of different images you can choose from. I definitely think they are worth their money. When it comes to more cheaper stamping plates, more affordable ones, I definitely recommend Born Pretty ones and Beauty Big Bang ones. I have gotten a few plates from Born Pretty store that weren't that etched well, but most of the time I get really good quality plates from them and they are affordable, and they're always coming up with new designs and new plates. As for stamping plates, they come with a protective film on them. Some have clear ones, some have blue one. Before you start stamping, remove the blue film, otherwise it's not going to work. So besides stamping plates, let's talk about scrapers. There are different ones. There are some that are really hard. There's some that are a lot more bendy. I personally prefer more bendy scrapers. I find it easier to work with them than the hard ones. But of course, everyone's different and different things work for different people. You can get scrapers in different sizes, etc. My favorite one is the Born Pretty one. It's so bendy. I love using it. After I got this one, I haven't used any other scraper. When it comes to scrapers, I noticed for myself that I find it more difficult to do stamping when using a harder scraper. Maybe it's just how I use it, possibly, but I noticed that I'm usually missing some of the design. Maybe it's just my bad scraping technique, who knows. So different type of stamping. The usual stamping is that you apply stamping polish or regular polish that I forgot to mention in my last video. You can use regular polish for stamping. However, regular polishes usually tend to be on a thin side, therefore they don't really work too well as stamping polishes. When it comes to stamping, the polish should be thick. That way you get the best outcome. Let's talk about regular stamping. You just apply the stamping polish onto the plate, scrape off the excess, and you pick up the image with your stamper. And then you stamp it onto the nail. Easy. So if you want to take your stamping to another level, you can try reverse stamping. What is reverse stamping? Well, reverse stamping is filling the image with color that you just picked up. For the image filling, you can use a brush, a dotting tool, toothpick, anything with a small tip, because the lines of the images usually are small. I recommend cleaning up your brush, your dotting tool, whatever you're using for filling in the image, cleaning that with a nail polish remover or acetone in between filling in the image, because if too much polish on top of the tip of whatever you're using, it's gonna start to clump up and it might ruin the image at one point. When it comes to reverse stamping, you can just stamp the image straight on the nail, which is what I prefer to do. In order to do that, I recommend applying a little bit of top coat, clear polish, before stamping on the image, because the reversed image is already tried. Without a sticky base, it's not gonna stick on the nail. Besides using a top coat or a clear polish, you can also use foil glue, which has become my favorite thing to use when it comes to stamping, especially when it comes to doing reverse stamping. Also, when it comes to reverse stamping, you can turn the image into a decal. I personally don't like doing it Maybe it's just me that doesn't do it well, but I find it more messy than just stamping on the nail. So in order to do a reverse image decal, you fill in your image and you let it dry fully, and then you can apply top coats, clear polish, whatever you want onto your image, and you have to let it dry fully. Once it's fully dried, you can peel it off the stamper and you can put it on the nail. Because with decals you usually don't need a sticky base. However, sometimes if they're too dry, you might need one. Once you apply the decal onto the nail, you wanna melt off the excess of the image with acetone. I definitely recommend acetone because I've noticed how the regular nail polish removers don't really work. They don't work too well, and acetone really is just melting away excess. Regarding to that, that's what I mean by being messy. However, everyone's different, everyone prefers things differently, and everyone does things differently. So I hope you found this video helpful somewhat. Maybe you've learned a new thing or two, and let me know what you think. Let me know your secrets of stamping. Tell me what you've learned over the years. If you've done stamping for some time now, let me know. I'm sure we all want to learn new things, new tricks to make stamping easier for us. Thank you so much for tuning in, watching this video, liking this series, and I do hope it's been somewhat helpful. I appreciate all of your support. Thank you so much for watching, and I'm gonna see you in the next video. Bye bye!